What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video back here on the Madden channel. And today we're here to do a Seattle Seahawks realistic rebuild. They've been a fun story this year, but they have fallen back to earth a little bit the last few games, and they're currently just not doing as good as they once started. So today we're going to jump in and do a Seattle Seahawks realistic rebuild. Before we get this video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one. Of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel. As always, greatly appreciate it. I have to admit, I actually tried to record this on Friday, but then my computer completely blue screened. So I didn't really have time to start over because it literally deleted the whole file. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm not uploading today because my computer doesn't, want to see me succeed today. So today we are back. Hopefully this time I can finish through a Seahawks rebuild. I was literally in like the last season too, which was the annoying part. But regardless, one thing we need to talk about when it comes to the Seattle Seahawks is Geno Smith. He's been a fun story. But what do Seahawks fans want to do with him? Is he the guy going forward? Do you believe in him? You guys still think you should draft a quarterback? What are your feelings on Geno Smith? Even if you're not a Seahawks fan, I would love to hear what you guys think about it because I think it's definitely a fun debate to talk about. In this video, I think I have to re-sign him. I don't know what his ceiling is going to be here in Madden because the simulation may not like him that much. But, I mean, in real life, he's been playing great for the most part. So I think you have to re-sign him. We're going to click simulate playoffs. We only have 3 games left. This team might actually still make the playoffs. Just kind of depends on the Madden simulation. We're going to simulate to it, see where we're at. And also, we have the Broncos pick. So there's a lot to be excited about when it comes to this rebuild. And hopefully, I can do a good job just like I did Friday. But this time, you get to see it. You see all this? This could be you. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best way to get more out of the game you're watching. You're picking overs or unders on your favorite players that you love watching each and every Sunday. Let me show you how it works. Prize Picks is available on mobile or desktop, and they pretty much have every sport you can absolutely imagine. NFL, NBA, soccer, CSGO. But since we're an NFL channel, we're going to go ahead and talk about the NFL for a second. So let's say I want to go Derek Carr and Patrick Mahomes over on both of them. 2 players gets me up to 3 times my money. But if I wanted to go even crazier, let's say I want to do 5 players, throw 5 players in here. You can go up to 5 players, which that's going to 10 times your money if you get all correct, which you can go flex play. Even if you get 4 right, you still get a little bit of money in return. Now, I will tell you, I have started with $100 in here, and I'm up to $500. Prize Picks has been so much fun for me this year. If you want to go ahead and sign up, link is down in the description below. Use code Crushables. They're matching your deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. So if you deposit $100, you get $200 to work with. Thank you, Prize Picks, for sponsoring today's video. So at the end of the season, we end up finishing 8-9 on the year. The 49ers do make the playoffs at 9-8, which is probably what's going to happen. The 49ers have been rolling lately. They are super hot. I would imagine if I was a betting man, not to like diss the Seahawks, I would bet they missed the playoffs with the Lions being hot. Maybe they still make it. I don't know. There's just their next 2 games are kind of tough with you got obviously the Jets and then you got the Chiefs, which are no easy task. But the Jets have been kind of falling back to earth as well. They've lost like their last 3, if I'm not mistaken. So let's get in the offseason though. Let's talk about the Seattle Seahawks. What are we going to do with this team? What are we going to do with Geno Smith? Are we going to re-sign him? We have to see where our draft pick falls as well with that Broncos pick, because that Broncos pick is going to determine a lot. If you have a top pick in this draft, are you passing on a quarterback? It just kind of depends. I don't know where Seattle's head is at on Geno Smith. I would imagine you try to re-sign him, but if he's asking for way too much money, then maybe you move on. I would imagine Seattle probably wants him back, so that's what I'm going to do. Now, unfortunately for me, in this video, teetering between realistic and obviously real life, it's just way different. Like, Geno Smith actually unlocked star development, which is really nice to see. I like that. But I don't know how good he's going to be in the game. That's the problem. But we're still going to re-sign him anyway because he's been a fun story. And I think most Seattle fans would probably want him back. So we're going to bring him back. So Rashad Penny's a free agent. I don't think I have any interest in bringing him back. He can never stay healthy. And you have Kenneth Walker, who's been balling. Poona Ford maybe is somebody you can look at. Justin Coleman, Ryan Neal, Mike Jackson, Cody Barton, Austin Blythe. None of these guys are really staying out to me as somebody I want back. I mean, Drew Lock, I'm not sure what they're going to do with him if he is actually a free agent. But the biggest thing is obviously Geno Smith. What is Geno Smith going to want, and are you willing to give it to him? So he wants a bag here, boys, like a bag. And honestly, I'm going to give it to him. I don't know how that's going to go for us. I'm going to roll with Geno Smith in the video. I mean, we're just going to have to roll with it. So the rest of these guys, I'm not too concerned about. Let's just get into free agency and start to retool this team. And I also want to see where our draft picks fall in this draft. One thing I will say is when I did this rebuild on Friday, I don't think Geno Smith got star development for me. So that's actually way different than the last video. So I guess that's kind of awesome. You have Gabe Jackson and Shelby Harris, which are 2 guys that we could cut away to save some money right now. So you know what? I think I am going to do both. Shelby Harris does have star development, but to free up about 15 million between those two guys. I think it makes a ton of sense. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to cut Shelby Harris. I'm also going to cut Gabe Jackson and move on and use this money towards something else. So let's just go ahead and make those two cuts, and then we can worry about everything else. So I want to see the draft pick situation as well here in a second. So we're going to release Gabe Jackson as well. That definitely gives us a hole at the right guard spot, obviously, which we will fill. But where did the Broncos pick fall for us is where I'm really curious on, because if it's like a top 5 pick, things do get interesting, but let's see where it's at. So draft pick number 1, the number 1 overall pick from the Broncos, apparently. So I'm going to assume that actually belongs to the Texans, but I mean, the fact that we got number 1, I mean, I think you could draft obviously Bryce Young, a CJ Stroud, or we could go with Will Anderson. I mean, there's a lot of different ways we could go about it. So if we take a look at the lineup, since I am going to try to roll with Geno Smith in this video, I guess I'm going to pass on the 2 quarterbacks and try to rebuild around Geno Smith and have him be the franchise guy here. The offense is actually pretty good. Maybe another wide receiver wouldn't hurt. But on the defensive side of the football, could use some work. Got Nwosu. You got Quentin Jefferson. I think Nwosu is actually a linebacker. But we might be able to move this defense to like a 3-4 instead of a 4-3 if we want to. So might move that around. That way we kind of have that figured out. But other than that, man, let's get into this free agency and start signing some players. Because I like Tyreek Woolen and Kobe Bryant to be excited about. We definitely need some corners. Our safeties aren't bad either. So there's a lot to like here. So I do, in fact, have 5 offers here in free agency. I have 1 on Davenport, 1 on Allen Lazard. I have 1 on Drew Tranquill, 1 on Levi Wallace, and 1 on Ethan Poaches to be my new center. So the only one I need to up is on Marcus Davenport. If I can get him to add to the D-line, I think that'd be really awesome to have. So Davenport, Lazard, Drew Tranquill, Levi Wallace, and Ethan Poaches are the 5 guys I'm going for in free agency. We get every single one. It looks, actually, no, we didn't. We got 1, 2. We only got 4 or 2 of them. So hopefully get Drew Tranquill as well. And we got 3. So we got Davenport, Drew Tranquill, and Levi Wallace. We did not get Ethan Poaches, and we didn't get Allen Lazard either. So we didn't get a wide receiver, which kind of sucks. There's probably still another good wide receiver here available. Like Sterling Shepard would be a fine slot. You have like Nelson Aguilar. So there's still some good options. Isaiah McKenzie's not bad either. Even he's solid. So give me Isaiah McKenzie over Lazard then. That's fine with me. That's another good slot wide receiver we can have. And then I guess we'll worry about offensive line in the draft. So we do get Isaiah McKenzie, who I think is very solid. And Buffalo has a lot of wide receivers anyway that I could see Isaiah McKenzie wanting to go somewhere else. So boom, just like that, reinvented offense a little bit with Isaiah McKenzie added to this wide receiver core. We definitely need a center and a guard. Abraham Lucas, Charles Cross, and Damian Lewis I'm okay with. I'm feeling good about that. On the defensive side of the ball, we got Drew Tranquill. We have Nwosu. We have Marcus Davenport. Definitely need another D tackle. We added another corner. There's still a lot that needs to be added here, but we're trying to, reinvent as much as possible. Obviously, #1 overall pick. We already know what we're grabbing there. That's going to be Will Anderson for us, but let's jump into this draft and draft that. And then let's get into drafting whatever else we can get in round 1 with our own pick. Thank you, Denver, from that Russell Wilson trade. For some reason, we got the #1 overall pick. Probably belongs to the Texans. Texans would probably draft a quarterback anyway, I would imagine. So I'm okay with this. Big #1 overall. You already know who we're taking. It's Will Anderson. He'll be perfect to add to this linebacker core. So very, very happy to have this man added to this team. He's going to be playing opposite of Nwosu. Couldn't be happier. It's going to be a impactful player immediately. So love that. Obviously, could have drafted a QB, but we're rolling with Geno in the video. Hopefully, don't come back to bite me. So another round 1 pick. We need a hit on this one as well. We have CJ Stroud still here. So yeah, I could draft another quarterback. BJ Robinson's on the board, but we have Kenneth Walker that we could be excited about. A wide receiver. We have a left tackle. We have a wide receiver again. Andre Carter, Joey Porter Jr. A lot of good options here. Josh Downs. I think we definitely could use another corner, but we also could use another offensive lineman. So I do like the idea of Osiris Torrance here, or I do like the idea of taking the corner Joey Porter Jr. out of Penn State, because our cornerback room could be better. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take the offensive lineman here. Actually, he might fall down the board even farther. Maybe I don't have to reach on him right now. So what do I want to do here? I mean, I know we need a good D tackle as well. We have Jervin Dexter down the board quite a bit. I could move down because I feel like there's some guys down the board that I want. Up top, I'm not really interested in any of these guys. As much as I would love like a CJ Stroud or Bijan Robinson, I'd rather just roll with Kenneth Walker. So if I can trade down the board a little bit, I think that's the best way to do this right now. So let's make sure we stay in round 1 in this draft. So we can trade down to pick 20. So we're only moving down 6 spots. I'll do that. We'll do that with the Patriots. I didn't have to look at the rest. Move down to 20. Patriots on the board. And then we get I think it was a second next year. So feeling good about that. Move down 6 spots. Get another pick next year. Have to feel great about that. Now we can draft. We still can get Bijan Robinson, but again, not going to do it. So I am going to go ahead and pull the trigger on Driven Dexter down here as a D tackle that we need desperately. So Driven Dexter, welcome to the Seahawks. We need a defensive tackle in the worst way possible. So very, very happy to walk away with that. And then we get to pick at the top of round 2 as well via Denver. Denver, that trade is looking very, very bad for them right now in this game. But Jackson Smith, we got Mullen out of a corner out of Indiana. Hyatt, Torrance is still available. I could probably wait till next round, but you know what? We do need a right guard in the worst way. So give me Osiris Torrance here, and I'm going to feel good about that. Addressing the offensive line issue here as well. And then around 214, I definitely want to walk away with another corner in this draft. So we can definitely get one corner. That would be great. Josh Downs and Mullen still here. Jordan Battles on the board. Jalen Duncan. Drew Sanders. I also said we needed a center. But I also we do need an end as well. And Derek Hall or Zach Harrison. Give me Derek Hall. Let's add to this defense. Keep adding on. And then I guess the last thing will be either center or corner, which I probably should prioritize a center if there is one here in round 3. If not, we go corner. Tank Bigsby goes off the board. Feeling pretty good about my draft so far, though. So we got corner. But let's see if there's any good centers available left on the board. You have Cedric Van Pran and Jarrett Patterson. Give me Jarrett Patterson here in round 3, and then we'll address corner next offseason. I'm really liking where we are at as a team. Geno Smith at quarterback. I'm a little unsure about what's going to happen with that, but hopefully he just has a good simulation. Kenneth Walker, running back. Lockett, Isaiah McKenzie, DK Metcalf. You got Noah Fant, Abraham Lucas, Torrance, Patterson, Lewis, and Charles Cross. The offensive line is reinvented, and I think it's going to do well for us. On the defensive side of the football, really liking what we're seeing here as well. And Quandre Diggs, Nwosu, Drew Tranquil, Jordan Brooks, Will Anderson, Jamal Adams, Tariq Woolen, Derek Hall, Driven Dexter, Davenport, Levi Wallace, Garrett Williams, who I guess we also got in the draft, and then Kobe Bryant. So honestly, love this team a lot. I think this team should be able to make a playoff type run, but I'm very unsure of how Geno will do in the simulation. So let's see what Madden decides to do for us. Let's simulate to the playoffs. Let's see what happens. So at the end of the season, we finish up 7-10 on the year, which is not where we want to be as a football team. So clearly there's still some things we need to address. Now, I don't know where we went wrong. Could have been Geno. Could have been we didn't have enough on defense. I don't know. We'll see. I think if we're going to roll with Geno Smith, we got to have one of the best defenses money can buy. So let's take a look at where we went wrong. Maybe things could change. Offense was 27th in the NFL. Defensive side of the football, we were 29th. So both sides of the ball were absolutely poverty. Geno 34-11, so I don't know if I can really blame him for our issues. Offense seemed like they put up decent numbers. It just didn't work out. Our simulation just wasn't good enough, and clearly it's just, I feel like we just need, there's nothing really here that I'm just like, wow, we need to fix that or replace him. We just need to add more. That's all there is to it. So I guess that's where we're at as a roster, where we're going to try our best to add to the defense, add to the offense. Although I like where the offense is at. Maybe there's another wide receiver I need to get. Jordan Brooks, Nwosu, Noah Fant, Damian Lewis. Okay, so there's definitely some free agents here on the top of the board that I want back. Jordan Brooks, 100,000%. Let's bring the man back, middle of our defense, and we're going to get him back, so that's a W. I do want Nwosu back as well, so if I can get him back, add him, keep him opposite of Will Anderson. That's where I want him, so we get him back. Noah Fant, same thing. We don't have good tight ends available, so let's go ahead and grab him back. So we get so far so good. Damian Lewis, same thing. I mean, a decent guard, so we might as well just keep him around if he'll stick with that. And boom. Okay, so everyone's re-signed. We keep everybody besides Darrell Taylor, which I'm fine with. Let's just go to free agency now with our $27 or $28 million, and we'll see what else we can do. Let's see if we can free up any more money. But 7-10, this division was won at 9-8. So clearly the division is open for us to take. It's just a matter of adding more to this team. If there's anyone I can cut to save money, I might do it. So Quandre Diggs is, I'm kind of looking at Quandre Diggs here. And that is somebody I might look to trade away. Geno Smith has gone down to a 75 overall, which I figured would be the case. But clearly, there's nothing I do with him now because he signed a big contract. We do have a contract here where we could save like $6 million, and he's a 67 overall. Yeah, definitely gonna do that. Brian Moan, appreciate your services, but you gotta go, man. And then savings-wise, so I might trade Diggs, or we could cut him away. Either way, I feel like at this point in Diggs' career, I don't know if anybody's gonna trade for him. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut Quandre Diggs, who's a superstar development free set. Do I want to cut him, though? We'll see if there's better options. If there's better options, I might cut him. We'll see. But he is superstar dev now, so I don't want to just get rid of him if I don't have to. So let's see if there's better options. If there's better, or you could just keep him, and he'll be depth-free safety. I don't know. We don't have to cut him. So take a look at the lineup one last time. I mean, see where development traits are at. So I mean, I really like what this offense is at. I mean, maybe another running back, I guess, if that's going to help. We have good wide receivers on the defense side of the football. Of course, Will Anderson, we know how good he is. Corners, we got some decent ones. The whole D-line star development, the linebacker core is great. Maybe a better free safety. Jamal Adams, superstar X Factor. I think I want to target the secondary. I think I'm going to target secondary the most. Let's get a good corner and a good free safety. I think that's the best thing I can do here to try to put this team over the top. And we still have draft picks to add through the draft as well. But let's see if there's anything we can get in this free agency class that's just going to be over the top where we want. So Chidobe Awuzie, I mean, if I can get him, I think we go for it. Free safety, not a ton of good options. Maybe we can use some of our draft picks to trade for a good free safety. We have Jordan Poyer here, who is superstar X Factor, but he's pretty old, so I don't really want to go that route. So I do kind of... Ooh, Jalen Johnson. I actually like the idea of Jalen Johnson. Give me Jalen Johnson all day. I will give Jalen Johnson an offer all day if I can get him. That would be fantastic. And then I think all I really want to do after that is sign a free... or trade for a free safety. We do get... Oh, we're still in the ton. Okay, we got to up Jalen Johnson's offer, I guess. Let's give him very player-friendly. He had no offers earlier, but I really want him very badly. We're in competition with the Jets. Please don't get him, Jets. And then we get him. So Jalen Johnson is a Seahawk. And now I'm going to test the trade market. See if I can get a free safety through the trade market. I may have given up a little too much here, but I am trading both my second-round picks in this draft for Jalen Thompson. The Arizona Cardinals are going to eventually run into a wall where they might be just looking to rebuild. So they get 2 second-round picks for Jalen Thompson. You might be wondering, why did you just give 2 second-round picks for Jalen Thompson? Well, that's because he has superstar X Factor. That is exactly why. I wanted him very badly. I had him as a target, and he is now on the team. Superstar X Factor, free safety. Quandre Diggs will back him up, and that is your new acquisitions. We also have the 8th pick in this draft, so let's jump into that draft, or let's jump into this draft. Let's draft night. Actually, I might even skip past... Well, no, let's at least draft our first-round pick. Get whoever is available there, add them as depth, and then we just got to hope and pray that the simulation's on our side. Geno Smith has a good season again. The defense is just much better. Got to pray and hope for some things to go our way, basically. We try to do our best to add to this team. Secondary is a lot better, so let's see where we're at as far as maybe the next year simulation. So round 1, pick number 8. The Dolphins being number 1 overall is actually kind of surprising, but Brock Bowers goes off the board to the Giants. We have Mims. We have a D tackle. We have Trayvon Henderson, Jeremiah Biddle. So definitely some interesting worthy options here. But go ahead and give me, I mean, give me Jeremiah Biddle, I guess, as a depth middle linebacker. Why not? I'll take him to the team, and he can be, you know, backup to Drew Tranquill for a year, and eventually he can take over. So that is going to be my first round pick. That's going to be it for me. Let's get out of this draft, and let's see how the simulation is going to treat us in year number 3. The end of the season, we end up finishing at 11-6, although the Arizona Cardinals finished 14-3, which is all starting to make me think they probably should have never traded Jalen Thompson. They actually got really good in the simulation, which is good for them, but I was more or less thinking about real life. So kind of hoping the offense and the defense were ranked better on each side of the ball. So offense was 60 NFL. Defense, please be top 10. That'd be fantastic. 4th NFL. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for my defense to be really good. Geno Smith, we also have a backup, I guess. Geno Smith, 31-10, so he's putting up good numbers. Just don't know how, impactful this offense will be in the playoffs. We'll see how it goes. Defensively, this is where I need, obviously, guys to, wreck games. Will Anderson is not getting a bunch of... He didn't have a single sack. He must not be playing. I must have him... Is he just not playing? I don't know. I mean, I have it as a 3-4, and he's the starting linebacker. I don't know what's going on there. That's bizarre. I mean, maybe it's the play, but I don't know what's going on. That might be why we suck so bad. I mean, I guess we didn't suck this year, but last year, that might be why. That is an issue. Okay, I went ahead and changed the playbook to change the playbook to Mike Tomlin, which runs at 3-4 more. So imagine how better our defense could be if Will Anderson was actually on the field more. So that is my apologies. Pete Carroll's defensive playbook is more of a 4-3, which I should have known. I'm playing the Vikings with Marcus Mariota. Honestly, man, if we lose to the Vikings here, who went 8-9, I'm going to be very, very disappointed. So, Madden simulation, please be on my side. Of course, we're up or down 7-0. We get an interception from Drew Tranquill, and we are going to get a field goal. Okay, can we please just take the lead and not mess around here? 6-7. Okay, if we lose to the 8-9 Vikings, I promise you I'm out of here so quickly, and that is what's happening so far. 13-24. And okay, 21-24, get a stop. There we go. Go score offense. Get the ball back, please. Okay, we get the ball back. I got to come out here and take care of business, I guess. in round 1, which I'm not very happy about, but man's got to do what a man's got to do. I have a guy named DK Metcalf. Probably going to throw it to him each and every time. It seems too easy not to. So DK, if you want to just come down with this, and that is a touchdown, and he caught that. Thank you. Probably could have been a touchdown, but Geno Smith, nice run, and now, or nice pass. Now let's give it to Kenneth Walker. Let's run the ball. Let's keep him honest here. We have no timeouts though, so probably shouldn't be messing around with the clock too much to realize I had no timeout. So let's we need a first down, so let's make sure we get the first down real quickly. But yeah, I gotta stop messing around here. All right, need a touchdown. Let's see if I get Noah Fant for a touchdown here, or DK on the outside, or let's see if I can scramble for a first down as well. Might be able to just scramble. Actually, I have Noah Fant, and boom, touchdown. Okay, needed that in the worst way, and we get our touchdown. I'm gonna jump in and try to stop them on offense. I don't want no shenanigans going around. I don't want Mariota to dot us up and get a touchdown all of a sudden. So let's come out here and let's just they have all 3 timeouts. That's something we got to keep note of, but let's just get a stop. I'm covering Hawkinson underneath. He is going to scramble, and that's fine. If you want to go in and pick up 8 yards on a scramble drill, that is totally fine with me. I guess you could play prevent defense as well. I mean, we got to guard the end zone. I mean, he can get as close as he wants, but as long as we don't allow a Hail Mary, we should be fine. So let's just make sure we don't Hail Mary. He's going to go. Okay, that's if I just came. Okay, not great. Not great. Not going to lie to you. They got closer. If I just play with Jordan Brooks in the midfield, I probably intercept that, but I went too deep. So unfortunate, but it is what it is. All right. Just make sure no touchdowns in the end zone. I mean, I should probably just go deep here. All right, I'm going to use our Quandre Diggs. And that is game. Boom, we're moving on. Okay, that was a lot harder than it should have been, but hey, at the end of the day, we're moving on. That's all that matters. But now we get to go back home at Lumen Field and play the New Orleans Saints. We had to go to Minnesota because they won their division at 8-9, but now we're back in Lumen Field. So let's come out here. You got, I'm assuming is that Jameis Winston is still the quarterback for the Saints. So once again, back-to-back quarterbacks that are kind of mid. But we go down 7-0. I mean, you could say that same thing for Geno, though. So I don't know. We're up or tie it up 7-7. They get a field goal. Offense respond, get another field goal. W. Defense gets a stop, and we're up 13-10. They respond with a touchdown, though. Defense is allowing them to take a 2. Oh, goodness. We need to score badly here. Is this going to be the end of the Seahawks? Is this it? Is this where we call it an end? And that is going to be it, probably, boys. 37-13. I tried with Geno Smith, and clearly it just wasn't going to work. So I'm going to call it GG's on this video. Next Seahawks rebuild that I do, maybe I can't keep Geno. I don't know. I don't want to totally blame it on him, but yeah, this clearly didn't work. I had to try with Geno Smith, but it didn't work out for me. Let's come out here and score a touchdown for pride. He's got 2 interceptions this game. Just clearly not it, man. So as much as I think Geno Smith is going to be re-signed by the Seattle Seahawks in real life, clearly he was not in this video. DK Metcalf in double coverage. Almost too good, but he does get hit when he's trying to catch the football there. Could have thrown it earlier potentially, but let's come out here and try to score again. Shall we? Tyler Lockett, McKenzie. DK's out of the game because, of course, he's probably tired. I'm going to give McKenzie a chance on the outside. That is actually kind of bursted there at the end, 3rd and 10. And I'll probably go ahead and see if I can get Isaiah McKenzie on the inside. Marvin Mims as well on the outside. Let's see what we got here. Got Noah Fant for a first down. Let's just take that. And I'm not even going to call a timeout. Let's just go no huddle. I mean, we lost this game clearly, but your boy's going to come out here and try to score for the pride. So I'm going to give Tyler Lockett a chance one-on-one. And yeah, just ask him to be intercepted, but thankfully they don't intercept it. So, all right, let's go one last time to Isaiah. I guess not one last time, but let's see. Let's see if I get McKenzie open. Or I can throw DK on a go route. Matthew's activated now, so that's not good, but let's see. Actually, Isaiah McKenzie's wide open for a touchdown, so that's kind of a W. Could have been that easy. Geno could have been that easy, but unfortunately, we are going to come up short in round 2, and that is how the video will end. So, again, I asked the same question. Not that Madden changed your mind or anything. How do you feel about Geno Smith as a quarterback for the Seahawks going forward? Is it a good idea, or is it not? Thank you guys for watching. This is Crushables saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.